Okay, let's just do a couple of simple tests here. First, one is check that resistor, which is supposed to be 280. We'll see what we get here. $292. Okay, so we're reading 292 on it. That's fine. So it sure doesn't look well soldered, but still have to fix these wires here. So let's we're going to put my high voltage generator on here. I want to make sure we put it in the right spot. So I want to identify this guy right here. Pin something. I can't read the number and I'm too lazy to look it up. So here's the tube way down here. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. Okay, so here's the tube down here, the rectifier tube. Here's the two wires coming out of the transformer. These are the high voltage wires. They're usually a patterned red. And these two are the heater wires, 5-volt heater wires going to the heater. And the heater is also the cathode. So you can look where these wires go and look for the leads coming off the cathode. Just as we kind of saw in the schematic. And a little tricky to see. It's right here. And I can double check that by looking for basically continuity between this point and way up here. You can't see my other hand, but I'm way up at the top where that capacitor was. And what I'm doing is there's 4 terminals on it. I'm just checking each terminal one at a time to see if there's any continuity to any of these. There's partial there. And there we go. So that's a direct line to the capacitor. That also identifies that the 30. It's this terminal up here. And that's going to help me when I go to do the capacitor replacement. But I think what I want to do right now is just kind of a general interest is hook up the high voltage power supply. And I can put it. Not very good clearance up here. What about down there? That's not too good down there either. Let's see if I can get it on up here. Okay, so there you can see the red lead. I just put that on there, and it's just pretty darn close to the ground wire there. But we're ready to check it out, so let's go over here. Give this thing a moment. It has a tube in it too. I'll be able to read the voltage here and the leakage current here. And this is in milliamps, it's not microamps. Okay, it's probably ready to go. So, down, turn it on. Now just keep your eye on this meter while I make this one rise over here. We'll see what goes here. And we're just getting up around 100 volts. I can see this slowly dropping here. That's very low. Let's take it up to 150. So this is very encouraging. 200. That's all we need to do. Take it back down. Voltage drop quickly. So that tells me that the high voltage circuits are not shorted. There's no shorts. And the radio is actually, well, a little spark there. The radio is actually for a test go. Maybe I should clip in some capacitors, or get ready to clip in capacitors. Yeah, clip in capacitors. That capacitor is still charged, I bet. Yikes. There we go. That's what we're looking for. 160 now. Let's see, the rating on the capacitor is 400 for the big guy, 33 at 400, and what have I got here? I don't have the greatest selection. 33 at 250. There's no way I'm going to put that in there. I have a 47 450. That's probably what I'll put in there. So let's get some clip leads on it. Ground it again. No spark. Okay. For that, a red one is the hot one. That doesn't look too good, does it? The clip leads are too short. I'll hang it back here. How about this? How about that? There we go. That'll keep it safe. Okay, so I got the speaker plugged in. There was a note on the, a warning on the chassis, or on the cabinet rather, saying do not operate without speaker plugged in. We have the extra capacitor connected. Double checking ground is ground. Yes. Do not have it backwards. So I kind of don't expect any hum, but we'll see. Well, we'll see what happens with this. I'm going to start it up with a lot of current limiting. So it's going to get probably about 60 volts off the line. Oh yeah, let's look at this power cord here. Well, as I keep my hands away from it, I don't think that's that bad, really. It looks good. Okay, quick little safety check before we put the power to it. Okay, and I want you to watch that light bulb in the back there. So, I don't know if the set is switched on or off. Okay. Well, the set must be switched off. As you saw the power meter go to the top, and also there's my line voltage, so we're at 122 tonight. So I'm going to turn the switch off again. Turn it on via its appended control, this one here, sure enough. And that's the volume, so I'm going to keep that down. Okay, so this time it's going to come on, for sure. And this meter will probably rise up to around the 6 mark. This one here. There we go. There we are. You see the light is on and dulling down. The meter is rising. These are all good signs. It should start falling again. And the light should get a little brighter. Wiggling around there. Oh, got some sound coming. And I don't hear any hum. I certainly hear a bit of crackle. Wow, I think it's working. I don't know. Let's poke around a little bit here. I read the B plus. B plus is 110 volts. Now that's on heavy current limiting, remember. So even the sounds it's making can all be because it's on current limiting. And there's no real sign of a problem here. Let's check the temperature of that resistor there. No heat in it at all. It's cool. There's nothing bad happening here. Nothing bad happening here. That's a change from the last 2 radios I've been working on, that's for sure. Well, let's give it a little more power. What do you say? Not take it up a notch. So we're running around 65% of potential line voltage, so that's about 75 volts. I'm going to shoot it up here. There it goes. Okay. This is going to jump up the B plus voltage quite a bit. Don't like the static much. Hearing a hum now. Have a listen. Okay, so that could be a loose tube connection, almost anything that Not so much that sound. Don't know what band it's switched to either. It could be on FM. That would kind of sound like FM, doesn't it? Has no antenna for anything here. Check the B plus again, see where it is now. $198, it's almost 200. Now it could be this radio hasn't been operated for 20 years. Or maybe it's been operated. I don't look like it's been operated at all, frankly. Okay, so let's take this capacitor off and see how that affects the hum level. Okay, so that's a definite, and the other portion is right there, and I can put onto it a 22. Put a 22 on there. So I'm going to install these two capacitors. Let's do that. Switch off. Let that discharge a bit. So that's what we'll do. We'll install those two capacitors.